The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 10th, the Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 16 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email. Send it off early. Inside that subject heading, though, please put radio show question. That way I'll be able to easily identify your email as it comes across my screen out there. So if you'd be kind enough to do that, of course, inside our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. Again, I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, mixed bag out here. Mixed from the standpoint that the Russell's off 10, the trannies are down 15. Otherwise, you got the Dow up 156, trading out at 34,603. S&P's up 25, trading at 4244. NASDAQ up 130, trading at 13,944. Semis are up 27, 3185. There's the print there. You've got gold up $2, 1897. Silver's up 4 cents, trading out at 2805. You've got light sweet crude up 11 cents, 70.07. Natural gas up 7 cents. Nice move there. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside to get Restoration Hardware, $93, 15%. Mercado Libre, $56, 4%. Amazon, 47, 1.5%. And Align Technologies, 22, about 4%. Bio-Rad Laboratories, almost 4%, 22 buckaroonies. To the downside, SVB Financial up 21, MicroStrategy 11, EISAI, however you pronounce that, is down $12, and LGI Homes is off about 11. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. There are a couple of requests. Actually, let's go take a look at the first request out here. This one came in from yesterday, and I missed it because it didn't have radio show question right up front. It said oil making a bottom for the day. I get so many emails. It's just, again, during the show here, if you put radio show question, boom, I can go right to it. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to take a look at it right now. This is for Anna, who wants to take a look at support and resistance for light sweet crude. Well, if you caught the opening act out here, the opening act was the 1 o'clock update. What you saw here, I'll just simply go to that file. That is in your upper left-hand panel or your lower left-hand panel. You're going to see, actually, I'm just going to expand the chart. You're going to see a brand new market profile that is attempting to form Anna. And that says that we've got resistance at the top of that profile. The top of that profile is 70.23. If price is able to close above that, that tells you that that light sweet crude continues to move higher and is bullish. It's still bullish. It's just right now consolidating with inside support, which is also what you asked for. And that new support level, 68.11. Now, here's the caveat. And the caveat is this. I'm using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool to identify that next profile level. So we won't have confirmation until this evening. It is solid right now at 1:10 in the afternoon, and therefore we go ahead and use it. So there's light sweet crude. Now, let's not finish there. Let's just simply go take a look at my other charts, in this case here, the white background charts, just to look for any kind of topping signals or, hey, what was going on today, different time frames. Here, when we take a look at light sweet crude, we can see a TD9 count top formed on June 4th. Remember, that high can occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. In this case here, it was the bar following 9. That was on June 7th. That high out there was $70 even Steven. Well, we had price close slightly above it the very next trading day. That says the TD9 count not valid for a top. There wasn't even a hiccup here. Says strong momentum move to the upside inside of light sweet crude. And that will be the case as long as price stays above its oscillator and change line. That is currently printing at 69.38. That's what the daily time frame chart looks at or suggests. On a weekly time frame, the weekly time frame says, hey, Anna, I'm getting ready to take a break. That break may not occur until next week. Not today, it really should be tomorrow, but it looks like tomorrow will complete bar 9 of a TD 9 count. Now, the cool thing here is price is also moving higher, doing less relative energy. So if we saw a bearish reversal candle on the following week, or whichever week that might happen while this pattern is in place, that would identify a top as well. So in the case of light sweet crude, the daily says, hey, I want to continue to move higher. The weekly says, I may be getting near a top. That might not take place until next week out there. And so at this stage here, until we see some kind of signal from the daily that says it's over, and it doesn't give us that signal right now, price should continue to move higher. On a short-term time frame, we saw a news blip that came out with regard to Iran and oil and so forth. And we saw a nice move down. If you take a look at the hourly time frame, you're going to see a couple different topping signals here. That's why I just simply went to it. You had wave number 7, that's letter G. That's courtesy of the Chapman wave. We also had a TD9 count out there. When you get those patterns, what price is typically going to do is come back and pull back to support. In this case here, support was at 69.39. Now, granted, price spiked well below that, got down to about 68.90 or so. But it doesn't matter. It's really all about the close. So what we have out here, in essence, is a little bit of a consolidation between the 69.39 level and maybe 70, 60, or a little bit above that. Just use the daily profile information out here. So nothing broken. We take a look at light sweet crude, and I hope that helps you out. Sorry that we didn't get to your question yesterday. The next question that has come in, this is from David H. And David wants to take a look at AMAT out here. That's a ticker symbol. So let's go punch that up on our screen, AMAT. And let me see exactly what David is looking for. And let me get that fired up on my other charts as well. David is asking the question. Let's see here. I'd like to start a position in applied materials. At what price do your charts indicate would be a good place to begin accumulating shares? So as we take a look at it right now, we're looking at the daily, weekly, and the monthly time frame. The only level of support or resistance that price is trading within are the daily profiles. Yesterday would have been a potential buy area, and that was at 134.60. That was the bottom of its profile. Yesterday, price got down to the level of 134.57. So there's a buy point. Absolutely. We'll go take a look at our other charts, see if there's any other kind of signals to be concerned with. But that would be your first buy point entry level on applied materials. Let's go take a look at that daily, weekly, monthly time frame out here. So we can see that there's a resistance level. So here's your concern. If you buy at that 134.60, your resistance, which has been tested, has been rejected, is 141.68. So the reward risk isn't really that great for the trade. Price is still below the oscillator and change line, even though it tested support yesterday. It's kind of testing. It's not kind of. It is testing a resistance zone as we speak right now, and that is that green oscillator and change line. You know, I would say, David, that the ideal entry area inside of applied materials is in the 117.79, 116.22 range. We don't have anything yet to suggest that that's what's going to unfold. But I'll take a look at these charts during the break here, see if I can come up with anything else for you. We'd love to hear from you too, folks. 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter Mastering Probability is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at applied materials for David in Texas. And David, during that break, I didn't find anything else to give us any other clues out here. And so 134.60 is certainly an entry area. We gave you that resistance zone. If it's me, I'm probably looking for a deeper pullback before taking a position here. But I hope that helps you out with regard to what the technical patterns are inside of applied materials. Let's go to our next question that came in. Next question is coming in from, give me a second here to do this. Get back here. This is coming in from, I'm not sure. But the question is, I'd like your analysis of buying GBTC and, if time, DOCU. So let's take a look at DOCU right now. We'll do them both, DOCU. And your answer is you just like an analysis on it. So if we take a look at DocuSign, it's got a brand new profile that has formed today. It is bearish in structure. Now, this is a profile that will take hold. Should definitely take hold out here versus when I'm taking a look at the equity futures contract. So you've got resistance at 246.80 and support at 204.29. If price were to close below 230.86, that would be the signal. I'm getting ready to pull back to 204.29. Let me look at the other chart patterns out here. Get to my white background chart. Don't have any kind of a topping signal at all on the daily time frame. So this still looks like this might want to run to the 259.58 area. The weekly time frame chart, it looks bullish. Price above the profiles, the oscillator and change line, just saying that it wants to run higher out here. The monthly time frame, not really provide me with a whole lot of information out here. Nothing on the 30. So with regard to DocuSign, it looks to me like it wants to head to 259.58. We'll come back to GBTC for you momentarily. But we've got a caller on the line. We have a caller on the line. That means we've got call-ahead seating. So let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Doing very good, and we're going to take a look at the ticker symbol here is HYLN, a highly owned holdings corp, trading out at 1212. How can I best help you today?
I had him put that symbol in, but it actually had more to do with the TD9 count is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure.
Am I coming through okay? This headset I have, it's kind of windy. If it's too loud, just let me know, and I can go someplace where it's not a problem.
No, you're doing great.
Okay. So my question was, I was a little confused yesterday. Maybe I didn't hear it right. But when we were talking about the count, of course, I guess the previous day, now we probably would be in bar 1 or 2. But I guess that's my question is, I didn't know if it was exclusive to bar 9, but it seemed like when you were describing the 9 count that it had more to do with, instead of it just being, in this case, it's going up, each successive number is higher than the one 4 bars earlier.
Correct.
And so then I was wondering, but then when you were talking about it, you almost picked the high of the day. It needed to exceed that. So I was a little confused about, is it the closing price or is it the actual, highest point of the trading day? That's what I'm not sure about.
So let me also then just clarify, and I apologize for confusing you, but I'm going to try to unconfuse you. And I don't recall exactly what I said yesterday, and probably because I'm multitasking, maybe I was saying one thing and thinking another. But let me just clarify this for you. With regard to the count itself, and now we're talking about count that's moving to the upside, and we have the daily chart, folks, on our screen here for ticker symbol HYLN, something that Brent is trading. So the high of the pattern itself has to occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Yesterday, whatever comment I might have made because the session wasn't closed, I didn't know whether the high of the day at that stage at 1 o'clock in the afternoon was going to be the higher of the day or not. And that high yesterday was 1358. If there were to be a close above 1358, not a spike above it, you would need a close above it. That would then negate the pattern. Does that answer the question? I'm not sure that it does or not, so I just want to go with one level of thinking that I have. But does that answer any portion of your question?
So I guess if you're looking at it now, what bar do you have it in today?
Today is it really begins a new count out here. Yesterday, in essence.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the way I was looking at it, but I thought maybe I was missing something. So.
No, you've got it right. And really, yesterday was the beginning of a new count. It's just inside this pattern, as opposed to calling it a TD10 count out here, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't really work. We're really looking at those. The pattern itself needs those 9 consecutive closes, where each close, in this case here for a pattern moving to the upside, is above the close 4 bars earlier. Once we have that TD9 count pattern established, we then have to remember that high or low needs to occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. Whichever one is the high of that pattern, 8, 9, or the bar following 9, that then becomes a key threshold level where price must close above or close below, depending on whether it's a top or a bottom that we're taking a look at, to negate that pattern out there. And
I understand. You're kind of talking about two different things, essentially. As far as I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah. So in this case here for Hylian, or however you properly pronounce it, my apology. When the TD9, when the TD9
call it the big H.
The big H. All right. So the big H. When we have a TD9 count that is occurring, in this case here, a TD9 count top occurring below TD9 breakdown resistance level, they tend to, but I can't quantify this, Brent, so I just have to go from my visual, instinctive, looking at thousands and thousands of charts out there. Then when we typically get that like we have here yesterday, it tends to take more hold. That doesn't mean like it's a top and you've got to sell the farm or anything. In this case here, when we were taking a look at this yesterday, what we also noticed, or what you had really pointed out, was that the price oscillator had attained that 0 threshold level. And that's where my line changes color from red to green. There's a phenomena associated with it. I don't know why it happens. I just know that it does happen. And that is that over the coming bars or the coming sessions, we should see price in that level test each other. And so what I also likely said yesterday was for those folks wanting to take a long position in this instrument, and they would want to be taking a long position, Brent, because you're taking a long position, then that entry area is right as price tests and rejects that oscillator and change line. Means it's got to test it and close above it. Right now, that's printed at about 1131. That number is going to change over the coming sessions, but use that as the range out there. So everything is really working the way that it's supposed to. There's no reason to jettison this position, but one should anticipate that it's not going to get ready to take off to the upside until we see that test. And it may not take off to the upside. Price, folks, could close below the oscillator and change line. And if it does, then that tells us about a further retracement. And a further retracement here would take us to $10.19. And 1019 is the top of the daily profile. But right now, the 1131 area would be the entry if you're looking to add to a position or begin a position.
That's definitely changing, because I know yesterday it was more like 11, 18, or so as the lines are moving, of course, it's going to fluctuate.
It does, and so that's why I'm just trying to give a range out here. But the line itself can be programmed, so folks can use it, on their tools and their systems, as long as the software that you're using allows for proprietary custom code. But that in essence is what you're looking for. So everything is really operating the way that it should, technically speaking.
Yeah, you actually made that pretty easy to plot that, so it's not too bad. To keep up on that as it's changing. So. All right, thank you very much, Steve. I really appreciate it. I just was a little confused, and you clarified. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Huh?
You bet. Doesn't take me long to confuse most folks out there. Brent, thanks for calling, and have a great day as well. Folks, we'll be back in just a few.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our next caller. We got Gary from Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Hey, great, Stephen. How was the vacation?
The vacation was wonderful. I just absolutely need more vacation from that vacation because I'm wiped out.
And more
totally
hockey,
wiped out.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hey, listen, I don't want to take up too much time, but, before you went on the break, we looked at my number one stock, NUS, and it's flirting with, I think, the breakout figure there that you gave me.
Okay.
And then the one that has broken is the other one we looked at, my AAZZF, not they're mine, but, what I'm
Sure.
pretty involved with. So I'd like to break down both of those if I could. Give me some
Sure.
ranges again and where technically I want to add more. I've been adding a little bit here and there. I haven't added, kind of wait until the breakouts.
Sure. So as we take a look at Nu Skin, folks, ticker symbol there is NUS. If you look at just it really doesn't matter whether you're looking at the daily or the weekly chart, you can see how price has made its way all the way back to where it just simply had that Niagara Falls day. And that was on the trading session of February 11th. So it is very logical here, Gary, to get to a level of resistance because people that were holders of this stock as it moved so low so quickly for a couple of trading days, they were making that pact with God, just give me my money back and I'll be happy to sell. So, if you've got that, we've all done that, by the way, folks. I was pointing when I say some of these things, really what I'm doing is pointing the finger at me, just so you all know out there, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes and go through that learning process that I did. Now, what you have today here, Gary, when this formed a bottom, well, let me pull over the chart here so you can take a look at it. So on a daily basis, when this formed its last bottom, it did it with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. That would be nice if I could actually get to it. What the heck? Oh, I'm on Bitcoin. Sorry about that. I was one chart. I grabbed the wrong chart. Let's pull over Nu Skin. It'll look a whole lot better. So now as we take a look at it, again, what I was saying was when this formed a bottom back on the trading day of February 23rd, was a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. You had that nice bullish engulfing candle. And now what we have today is we have a bearish engulfing candle session that is confirming a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We also have wave number 7 as another potential top out here. Prices below the oscillator and change line. Now, all holy heck is not broken loose yet. It's just signaling a further retracement. And that further retracement is back to the daily profile. So price is still above the top of the daily, 60.95. If this is nothing more than a counter trend move to the downside before it tries to take out those prior highs where things fell off the cliff, then 60.50 or that range or that area would really be the next place to add to the position. Of course, if that's going to unfold, you'd really like to see on the short-term time frame charts, as price is getting back to that area, some type of bottoming signal. So folks, please don't use this as carte blanche. Just go ahead and add it 60.50. You've got to take a look at what else is going on in the charts. If 60.50 doesn't hold or contain price, then 59.61 would be the area or the ultimate place to add to the position if things are still okay. With Nu Skin, it would be 58.29. So to recap here, Gary, price is struggling where it should. We know the reasons why when we take a look at big waterfall move to the downside. Now we're getting the confirmation of a top, which we didn't have yesterday or the day before that. And so this says prepare for a further retracement. We know the levels to watch, 60.95, 60.50, 59.61, and 58.29. What additional information can I provide to you for Nu Skin?
No, what is the number that if it does break top side and breaks that, washes out those people holding on, and it breaks to the top side? What number would I know then that it's kind of on the way up?
So what it needs to do, it needs to close above that high, and that high specifically, is 63.85. So 63.85. Now, what you should also be aware of here, I know this is your baby, but you got to get ready for this baby to cry just a little bit, is this week looks like it's going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. When this topped last time, we saw that big cascade to the downside. It was the bar following bar number 9 of the TD9 count. So we don't have any reason right now to suggest that its behavior is any differently. And this would suggest that price could pull back to around the 59.25 level. That high of the TD9 count could also come next week as well. But you really should prepare for a little bit of stormy weather out here. At least that's what all the signals are pointing to as we speak right now. So I think I would be more focused on downside action versus that upside breakout. And the first downside action that will give you a clear message as to whether or not this has got some momentum to the downside would be a close below 60.86. 60.86 happens to be the TD9 breakout level for the 30-minute time frame. So if there's going to be a slight change in trend or some kind of change in trend, you would see that area fall. If it doesn't fall, there's really nothing broken here. We got the topping signals, but because price is trading above, as we talked about, the daily profile out there. But so watch this 60.86 level first. I think it's a downside action to be more focused on than the upside at this moment in time.
Great advice. Thank you very much, and I definitely will.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Gary, always good to hear from you. Have a great day, and thanks so much for calling.
Did you have time for the one more?
What's the one more?
The one more was AAZZF. It's the one that we talked about around 2.5, 275, but it broke out topside. I'm just curious where to add more if there's a range now.
Got it. So as we take a look at this symbol, this is A2Z Smart Technologies, which is trading above daily, weekly. There are no monthly profiles out here. So now we really have to go back and take a look at any kind of other additional tools and patterns that are on the daily or the intraday time frame. So your specific question was where to add to this position. And I would say that add area would be about 292. It got down close to that level today. The low today has been 301. 292 happens to be the daily green oscillator unchanged line. So, you were there. Let me look at a 30-minute time frame chart. The 30-minute time frame chart really never gave you any kind of that signal. Actually, in a 30-minute, I take that back. The 30-minute time frame said 297 was the place to add, and as we talked about, price got down to 301. So I don't have another level for you to add right now. Specifically, it was really that early morning move to the downside out here.
That's fine. I'll wait for it to go back there and see if it does. So.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Gary, thanks so much for calling. You bet. Have a great Thursday. That was Gary in New Buffalo, Michigan. Okay, so now let me finish off the question before. It was from, I didn't know the person's name, but the initials were ACK, which I love because that is the call sign for the airport in Nantucket. So you got to love that. And that question, or the question that came in, was about GBTC. So if you take that is the Bitcoin ETF out there, one of the ETFs for Bitcoin. Which hey, GBTC. If you're asking me, was it a buy? Yeah, yesterday gave you that signal because you've got an island bottom pattern out here, and it's a beautiful one. But here's the issue. If you're only looking at GBTC, but we know that this correlates directly to how Bitcoin is trading, the question would be, hey, did Bitcoin have an island bottom? And the answer there is no. Let's pull over the contract. So you were asking about, I believe, an entry point. Well, you really have it inside of GBTC because of that island bottom. But, I don't know. Let's really take a look at Bitcoin here because you really should be trading it off of this. Now, in the case of Bitcoin, we're looking at the July contract. I believe June is coming to an end here shortly, if not already. And you had a nice little hammer candle that formed on June 8th. That confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Then yesterday, a bullish engulfing session out there.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So the question basically was, where's an entry point in GBTC? We're taking a look at the July contract for Bitcoin. We can see it made a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. This suggests that Bitcoin on a daily basis should go target 49.90 next, and above that 45.202. Again, that is on the July contract out here for the Bitcoin futures. If I look at the 30-minute time frame chart out here, do I have anything? You've got bar number 8 right now of a TD9 count. So on a short-term time frame, Bitcoin should form a bottom. It either has, that was by about 1:30, so between this 1:30 and 2 p.m. bar, or that lower low could take place on the next 2 successive bars. Could be the low of bar number 8, bar number 9, or bar number 10. But this is saying to us that we should see a bottom in Bitcoin over the course. It's either formed or it should form over the course of the next 2 more bars, 30 by about 3 p.m. Today. So I hope that answers your question with regard to GBTC. Thanks so much for writing in. And now we've had 3 questions for Tilray out here, 1 inside the Tiger's Den, 2 by email. So, and I believe everybody's asking in essence the same question, where do you get in? So 1 coming from someone called FS, another coming in from, that one's also from FS. You're looking to buy Tilray for a long position. Where do we see the entry point? So, and we talked about this yesterday. Let me pull the chart over here. Now, is it possible that today's pullback to the top of the daily profile of 2002 was an entry point? It is a possibility. However, I think that what you want to do is you want to be more patient. More patient because, as we talked about when Brent and I were looking at the last chart out there, we noticed that the price oscillator, or the oscillator and change line in this case here, that the color of the line changed colors from red to green, or green to red. In this case here, it's red to green. When that happens, there's a phenomena that takes place, and that is that price will pull back to test that line. Now, maybe it's not price pulls back. Maybe it just goes sideways and line keeps moving higher. But what you're really looking for is you're looking for that test. In this case here, a test and rejection. As Brett pointed out, as I'm pointing out, 1830 is the current print, but I don't know what it's going to be print-wise when that test takes place, because that number is going to change. But from a ballpark standpoint, in essence, that's what you're looking at. I would rather wait for that 1830-ish area than buy it at 2037, knowing that very likely that test is going to unfold. If you get a test and rejection, that is your bullish entry into it. If price closes below that, then the signal is a retracement back to 1719, 1578, or the ultimate buy area, which would be 1507. We don't have anything in the charts to suggest that 1507 is the pullback area. If you're going to ask me where's the ideal level, that would be at 1507. So on Tilray, everybody should be patient, still patient, wait for the test to unfold. If I look at a short-term time frame, such as a 30-minute, the 30-minute says, well, Steve, I may not want to wait for that test, because half hour ago or so, an hour ago, price came back and tested 1980. And 1980 was the TD9 breakout level for that 30-minute time frame. Still remain patient. If you were short-term trading it, intraday trading it, then we'd say, hey, 1980 was a good place to enter, and you'd be closing out around the 2090 level out here. So again, I don't see any reason to jump on. That could be wrong, but the charts are saying, hey, with regard to that daily time frame, be patient. Wait for the test of the oscillator and change line and price. I hope that helps everybody out inside the Tiger's Den and those that sent in the request out there. So that was for Tilray. Ruby asked a question about copper. Really, Ruby, if I believe your question was something like, the markets are moving higher, but copper isn't. If I hopefully I paraphrased that correctly out there. And so I pulled up this chart for you. This chart, by the way, a set of charts out here. The bottom, this is a correlation between two instruments. The top is the SPY. So I'm using the SPY. The center area is high-grade copper, and the bottom shows the correlation. It's a 5-day correlation. In the 5-day correlation, so this is the average, so we're using averages here. So if the bar on the bottom is above the zero threshold level, it tells you there is a directional correlation, meaning price could be moving higher in both instruments or price could be moving lower. When the bars are down to the bottom side, it says that is there an inverse correlation out here. If we just simply go back maybe just a couple of weeks out here, it's about 50-50, Ruby, with regard to the number of bars above zero and below zero. So what does that tell you? That says, can the correlation? The correlation is just going to get you all messed up in the head, because there is nothing here that really is correlating right now. And instead, I would rather you trade each chart differently and separately out there, because there's way more things influencing each of these markets. It is not just the doctor out here. So again, over the course of the last 2 weeks out here, you can see where it's really, there is no signal. And so those that say, hey, because copper is doing this, the market should be doing that, well, what they really haven't done is take a look at what's really transpired over the last couple of weeks. So I hope that helps you out. Now, if your question was, hey, what's copper doing? And what are the markets doing? Well, then we could take a look at each individually. And so let's do some of that. Let's take a look at each individually. If we simply look at our quad panel out here, somebody asked the question, so I'm going to try to hit two birds with one stone, so to speak, out here. Question somebody was asking, has the Russell 2000 topped? Oh, I don't know that. I'm going to answer it a couple of different ways. But here, if we take a look at what's going on with regard to the general markets, let's begin by taking a look at the ES Mini. If you look at the ES Mini, forget about copper. We could care less about what copper is doing unless we're trading copper and maybe Southern copper or something like that. But with regard to the S&P 500, all we have to really do is understand the patterns associated in the ES Mini. And right now, you've got the ES Mini trading at a new all-time high. Now, the contract is rolling over today, folks. So you really should move from the June contract to the September contract. That's what's up in the upper left-hand panel if you're taking a look at it, U for September out here. But my charts are using my synthetic tools out here. And especially when you change contracts, you start to lose enough data to compile weekly or monthly data out here. But what we know right now, and taking a look at the ES Mini, is trading up above all resistance. Resistance being the top of its weekly profile, above the top of its daily profile and above its high that created the top back on May the 10th. So right now, as we speak, the ES Mini is cruising higher and is going to continue to cruise higher out there. If we take a look at this set of quad charts, this is just the ES Mini. What we can see is really the last resistance level out here is about 42.38, and we're at 42.41. Now, it's a weekly time frame. So, Ruby, it really depends upon tomorrow's close. But if price closes, the ES Mini that is, above 42.38, it's above the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly set of profiles out there and tells us that price wants to continue to move higher. Now, granted, we're in the sell in May cycle out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to kick in or that it has to kick in. What do you mean, Steve-O? Well, if we take a look at this set of charts out here, or this chart, as soon as I can get back to it, assuming that I can find it, because maybe I put it someplace else. That's not it. That's not it. This is it. So here, these yellow lines, they represent a 12-month period. They represent each May cycle out here. And so if we take a look at the last May cycle, this is one from last year, there was hardly a bump. Price just simply continued to move higher. If we take a look at the cycle before that, this gets us back to 2019. In fact, in May, price moved lower. There was a little bit of a stalling out here. The point is that at this stage here, if we see a new high in the month of June out here, the sell in May really not taking effect. And we wouldn't just focus on it. In the case of the ES Mini, price is above all profiles. It wants to continue to move higher until it tells us otherwise. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
question, did the Russell 2000 top out here? In order for the Russell 2000, this is a September contract, to give us any. First, there is no topping signal inside the Russell 2000. There's a prior top out here, so yeah, it is moving into a prior top. But as long as price remains above its green oscillator and change line, that's currently printed at 22.93. There's no top in place out here. Now, does that prior top take hold and we get a large consolidation? Possible. But right now, as long as price remains above the 22.93 level out here, the Russell 2000 remains bullish. If we take a look at the NQ, again, this is the September contract. The NQ taking on the resistance level of 13.940. That's its TD9 breakdown level. We're at 13.941 right now. If price closes above this 13.940, that suggests a move all the way back to its all-time highs. Maybe it takes those out. If we take a look at the ES Mini, we've already discussed this here, but again, you can see the prior top that formed back on the trading day of May 10th. Price is above that high. If it closes above that high, it negates that pattern and says it wants to continue to run higher. The Dow itself, the Dow has a topping pattern. It's the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That actually confirmed on the trading day of May 11th. Not until the high of May 10th gets taken out will that top be out of favor out here. But price would have to close below 34,000, even Steven, to suggest that there's any kind of change in trend and any kind of significant pullback into about the June area. If we take a look at the market, first, I want you to understand, you already know this, but the market conditions are bullish. The market conditions, where do I get it? Oh, shoot, I hope I didn't do that. Oops. Let me get down here to this radio charts. Give me 1 second to pull this over, and that's this. There we go. As we take a look at this is the knee-jerk reactions that we've had. These are consecutive days. I'm looking at the red numbers here where we've had retracements. The last couple of retracements inside the ES Mini have been nothing more than 3 days with 3 consecutive closes, knee-jerk lows. And that's what we had take place yesterday. So the fact that the market is moving higher today, these last 3 days have been nothing more than a knee-jerk reaction to the downside. Conditions remain bullish, period. End of story. Folks, stay tuned. You've got David White coming up next. Tom O'Brien to take us on home. I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.